Waiting on my guy Jermaine to join so we can get our next guest on here. Like I said, next guest, man, he's one of those guys who you sit on the edge of your seat waiting to see what he'll post on Twitter. He kind of sets you up, get you ready. He gets you ready for all of his Twitter posts. In that top 15 to 20 since he's been a freshman. I'm always waiting to see exactly how. Dax, what's up, my guy?
What's up? What's up? What's up? How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good, man. Welcome to the podcast. I'm waiting
Appreciate you.
for my guy Jermaine to get on here. Like I said, man, this playbook podcast, man. I'm Eric, man. I'm Kobe Sims' dad.
Good to
And
meet
I
you. Good to meet you.
one of my co-hosts is Jermaine Vinan, which is Justin Vinan's dad.
Cool.
So, like I
Cool.
said, man, when I did your introduction, like I said, man, we sit as parents of kids who are always in your top 20 in your
Right.
ranking. We
Right.
we sit and wait for your Twitter post just to see
That's a
where.
dynamic duo. You and Justin's dad, just like Justin and Kobe are on the
Yeah,
court.
for
That's a
sure, for
good
sure.
duo.
Yeah, man, it's real. It's like real family, man. So,
Yeah.
like I said, man, they're not just Fox Creek duo. They're actually best friends and cousins. So,
That's cool.
yeah,
That's cool.
man. We can get started before
Yeah.
Jermaine hops on, man. From your perspective, man, what? Well, let's introduce yourself. Let's start off with an introduction.
Yeah. So I'm Andrew Baxley, lead scout for Prephoops South Carolina.
Mhm.
I'm originally from Greenville, South Carolina. I went to Malden High School.
Okay,
But now I live in Columbia. So
okay.
I just started doing this full time when I graduated college about a year ago. Moved to Columbia in November, and now this is every day. This is
That's
high school basketball, AAU basketball. That's the job. It's awesome.
That's actually one of the best cities in the state to live in if you're looking for a good high school basketball in the state of South Carolina.
Yeah, not
You
not
got
just the level of talent, but like it's the dead middle of the state. So like
for sure.
I could get down to North Augusta in an hour. I could get up to Rock Hill in an hour. I could get to Charleston about hour 45, Myrtle Beach 2 hours, or back up to Greenville in an hour and a half. So it's
I
like
think
it's kind of a lot of people would say this is probably where the best basketball in South Carolina is, but it's also like the best place to get everywhere in South Carolina.
for
So
sure, for sure. I think you should start coming down to the CSRA a little bit more.
I got to. I got to.
I don't think you've been in Fox Creek Gym before, man. You got to come
I
in.
haven't. I haven't.
You got to come in, come
I've
check
heard
out
good
some of
things.
those guys.
I got to see them. I think I saw them three, maybe four times this year. But like you said,
Mhm.
every time was away. I saw them obviously in the state championship game. I saw them the second game against Burns. That was here. That was at Lexington. And I saw them at Marion
Mhm.
High School in
Against
January.
Atlantic
So
Collegian. Yep.
yeah,
Those are three good games
it
to be
was.
able to go see them at. So just to get started, man, from your perspective, what separates kids like who get real attention and the ones who don't?
Yeah, so it's two things that kind of separate like the good from the really good.
Hmm.
And this is just kind of like at every level of basketball, like high school, college, NBA, like you got like the athletes, like the 6'8", 6'9", jump out the gym guy is always going to get more attention than the
Hmm.
6'4", 6'5" guy, even if they're playing the same position. If they're doing the kind of the same things, it's just like from a college perspective, like they want the height, they want the length,
Hmm.
they want the guys who are going to be able to fit in at the next level. And then the second thing is kind of shooting, and that's kind of something that hasn't always been the case, but like it's more and more and more important to the game. Is just like how do you space the floor? If you're
Hmm.
a two or a three, how do you make your ones better? If you're a four or a five, how can you continue to add more spacing in the pick and pop or space
Hmm.
out to the corner? So those are kind of the two things, just like overall size and athleticism, but then also just like how well do you shoot it? And that's kind of the things that like I genuinely have pretty good relationships with college coaches. Like they'll ask my opinion just in
Hmm.
South Carolina because I see so many people there. Always the questions are like, how well do they shoot it? How well
Yep.
does their size translate to the next level? How well does their shot translate to the next level?
Hmm. Well, so when you walk in the gym, what's the first thing you look at in a player? First thing, like as like you said, shooting, size, like because size and shooting that always translates to potential. But as far as like you, what do you look for first thing you walk in the gym?
It's not always the first thing you look for. Sometimes when you walk in the gym, it's the first thing you hear. Like
Hmm.
like who's commanding the huddle or the practice or the game with the way they talk defensively. how they
Hmm.
talk offensively, how they get their guys better shots. So like point guards, like for example, Justin, like he has the ball in his hands every possession. So like that,
Hmm.
you see that often, and it sticks in your head often because like the point guards are the guys making their teammates better. So
Hmm.
it's always those guys who have the ball in their hands. They're making the right reads. They're talking on both ends of the floor, stuff like that.
How many times? How many? In like that's kind of going off script, but how many times do you hear Justin Viner is probably one of the best point guards in the state?
Probably every time I watch him, and that's kind of the same thing. Like I think in my head, it's like it, this like the kid is just so talented.
He is.
Like
He
he
is.
he literally just translates to winning. Like
Hmm.
what he does is like winning basketball. Like
Hmm.
and it might not always be the flashiest. Like he's not necessarily gonna like break your ankles, dunk on you, hit a step back three. Like he can do
Hmm.
that stuff. Probably not the dunking part yet. Maybe he'll get
Yeah,
there
for
one day.
sure. For
But
sure.
like it's just like consistently, it's like he is the best player on the floor. Wait,
Hmm.
like it might not be 20 points, but like it's gonna be 6 assists. Like he's gonna be the best player by making everybody else the best version of themselves.
For sure, for sure. So like if you had to say how much do stats actually matter compared to impact on the game? Because you would hear, and like I actually hate the conversation where people say, well, Kobe's the best player, well, Justin's the best player. I mean, like consistently, Kobe has been like the highest scorer, most steals on the team, and so stuff like that. But how much does like the stats matter compared to the actual impact on the game?
Stats matter. I wouldn't say like stats are the end all be all.
Hmm.
Like there's some things that like it really matters. Like when we were talking about the shooting earlier, like the 3 point percentage matters.
Hmm.
Like if you're shooting 28%, like you might look good a couple times. Like you might make two threes a game, but like if you're shooting 7 times or 8 times, like that's just like not like because you're at the next level. If you're only making two threes, you're not gonna get 8 shots.
Nah.
You're probably gonna get you're probably gonna get like 3 shots and then you're out. Like if you don't
Hmm.
make one of those first three, you're probably done. So like
Hmm.
in terms of like percentages, I definitely try to look at those, but like pure box score, points, rebounds, assists, like that, like again, like that is kind of matchup dependent. Like
Hmm.
if you're like going up against like a killer team and you're putting up 15 and 15 as a big man, like yeah, I like that.
Hmm.
But like if you're going up against like a small 2A 1A school and you're going for like 30 and 5, it's like yeah, like
Yeah,
I would like to look into more to like what you do in the bigger matchups. So like
for sure.
stats matter, but like I wouldn't say like I'm only looking at stats that do my job.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.
It's a
So
balance.
just
It's always a balance of eye test of like how good is this kid right now, numbers, how good is this kid right now, and then like where could his potential be?
hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
So basketball scene in South Carolina. We're not originally from South Carolina, so we're actually from Georgia, but we moved over. Kind of same with Justin, but being in the state, being in the scene, I've seen the talent just go up and up every year with the kids like Josh Leonard and Colt Fowl, guys like that. How would you describe the current talent level in South Carolina today? If you do you feel that you could put a good top 10 in South Carolina and they compete with any state?
Yes, I think like at the high school level, like yeah, like give me Colt, give me Josh, give me one of our really good shooters in the 27 class, and like I think we can go up against any state. But
Hmm.
like I would say like as prospects, like I would say schools are more and more hesitant. Like and not to talk like bad on any recent prospects, but like we've had some guys who are like number one guys in the state, and when they kind of stay at public schools, like they don't always get what they need to. But like when you
Hmm.
go back a couple years and it's guys who like go out like they like Colin Murray Boyles for example, like he was
Hmm.
at AC Flora and then he went out to I think it was Wasatch Academy,
Hmm.
like and now he's in the NBA.
That's
Like
it.
so
Yeah.
it's a great balance of like you want kids to stay at their public high school and become like school heroes, like keep their friends, win a state championship, but like also if the end goal is to play in the NBA, the best route is a prep school. Like
Hmm.
like go to a school where basketball is the priority, like where you can get adjusted to a college schedule of wake up, workout, go to class, eat a meal that is going to make you better, going to make you stronger, workout, class, practice. Like
That
that's like this that's like a college schedule. So like when you can go to a school that is like that, like it's going to make you better.
mhm. Would you say like a school like a great collegiate would be something like that, or would you say you have to leave the state?
I mean, every situation is different. Gray is a amazing school. Like
Hmm.
there's been plenty of great players come out of there, and
Hmm.
obviously their coach, he knows what he's doing. He knows
For
way
sure.
more about basketball than I could ever forget.
For
But
sure.
like it's not the best of the best. Like when you look across the country, like
Hmm.
you can get your opportunities at Gray. Like Levi Ball is going to be an amazing college player
He is. He is. He
because
is.
he does the work, like because
Hmm.
he puts in the extra work. But sometimes when you're in that rhythm of a public school and you only have to practice one time a day, like you're not going to reach your full potential. So you
For
have
sure.
to do the extra work. Whereas if you go to a school where basketball is number one, then you put in the extra work because that
Hmm.
is the only thing is to do is to work.
Hmm. Yep. So like I said, with kids like Kobe and Justin and just like kids in this area, Tristan, kids like that, I witness, like I said, Kobe lives with me. So I witnessed the 6 a.m. driving to the gym, the weight training and the agility after practice and stuff like that. But I do agree with you. If they were to go to a prep school where that was kind of mandatory, where it is mandatory, basketball is life, a
Right.
lot of those kids would be way better. Are there any underrated areas or schools in the state that are producing talent that people sleep on? Like I had to say that these past years, those Loris teams have been crazy. So if you
Oh,
had to say,
yeah. I mean, Loris is definitely one of the ones that comes to mind immediately because of their recent success.
mhm,
I would say just kind of in general in terms of regions, I feel like the PD can kind of get underrated.
for sure.
Like obviously you have Wilson, but even a couple of years ago, South Florence was really good with guys
Hmm.
like Jarius Davis, Jackson Robinson.
Hmm.
West Florence years ago was really good. Wilson now for sure.
Hmm.
Even Marion, they're doing a really good job. They have a great they had a really good senior, Charles White. They have some sophomores and some juniors that are going to be really good as well. So I think overall, like the media is definitely heavily based in the upstate with Greenville and Spartanburg, and the
Hmm.
Midlands, kind of Columbia, North Augusta, and then for Charleston for sure. But I sometimes feel like the PD can get forgotten, even though they are consistently producing really good players.
It's so crazy that the number one player in 2027 is from the PD, and he's been
Yeah,
the number one player since ninth grade. So
yeah,
that's crazy that that area could get slept on because, like you said, they have some really good players. Like over at Middleton, you have Josh Gamble. Josh Gamble is one of the more talented kids that come out of the PD. The PD actually has some good coaches too.
yeah, for sure.
Actually, I enjoy those guys. I think my favorite region, even though the Midland would be one of my favorite, but that upstate region is crazy. I really like that region. I think whenever you got Coach Fowler in your region, you kind of
Yeah,
lead the charge.
yeah.
That's one of my favorite high school players. Um, so what are what are players doing wrong when it comes to getting exposure? If you had to say,
Um, I would just say like that's. I mean, that can be a tough question because I mean, different people do different things and different stuff works for different people. But I would just say in general, like have your accounts, whether it's like I would say Twitter is often um, the most like or the best app or account or whatever that's like where the most colleges are kind of tapped in. That's where I do a lot of my work. But like
hmm,
a big turnoff or something that people are doing wrong is like sometimes they'll lean too personal,
hmm,
like they'll post videos or they'll post stuff like that that's not necessarily like helpful to their
gotcha.
cause, and like you see that stuff like
Hmm.
it's hard to miss. And like if I'm going to watch film of a player and like the music is like too loud, like
Hmm.
I'm not saying don't do rap music, like I'll listen to
For
that stuff
sure,
for sure,
for
but
sure,
like if it's like the music is like I can't focus because like the music is overbearing.
for
It's
sure.
like that. I mean, that can turn you away from film, and like a college coach can do that for sure. There's certainly older coaches that like They
They,
probably don't want the music at all.
they
They
don't even
probably
want
just
to
want to
hear
hear
it.
they want to hear the sound of the ball bouncing or the ball
For
going in
sure.
the net or something. So I would just say like just be careful of like the stuff that's on social media in general. Like off the court stuff matters. Like it can be beaten to death, but like grades matter. Like off the
Hmm.
court stuff matters.
For sure. What's the best way for a player to actually get on your radar, though? Unranked player, how could they get on your radar?
Yeah, I mean, the best way, like for me personally, is just like interacting with our site, interacting with
Hmm.
Prep Hoops, like creating your profile. Like we see all that stuff. Like when a player creates a profile, like I get a notification.
Gotcha.
Um, just link that to your social media, your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever. And just playing,
Hmm.
like just being in the gym, like AAU, high school, like if you're good, like we'll find you.
For
Like
sure.
it doesn't matter if you're playing with Upward Stars or you're playing with like your local boys. Like
We'll
if
find
you're
you.
in the gym, like we'll find you.
For
That's kind
sure.
of like the thing like we like to take pride in is like seeing everyone like from number one to number 250 or whatever. Like just
Hmm.
they all matter and they all deserve a chance or a voice and whatever stuff like that.
For sure. For sure. With AAU season, so we are in AAU season currently. With AAU season, like what are you looking for play like what are you looking for from the players? Like some of your top 20, top 25 kids during the AAU season. What are you looking for?
Yeah, just continued progression in general. Like there's not a ton of um, time to get better in between the high school and the AAU season. So it's kind of just like, how are you getting better over the AAU season? So like, I like to see teams at least twice, like
Hmm.
once here in April and May, and then once again after the June period there in
Hmm.
July and August, just to see
Hmm.
like how far you've come. Like whether that's with your shot, whether that's with your playmaking or your defensive energy, it's just like, how are you continuing to get better?
Hmm.
Because if you're not playing AAU or you're not getting in the gym, like that stuff will show. Like it
Hmm.
won't just show like now, like not hearing from you. It will show back in the high school season. Like
For sure.
your team won't be better for it. Like
For sure.
you're
For sure.
expected to like take a leap every year. That's kind of
Hmm.
one of the great things about high school is like each year one class leaves, a new one moves up.
Hmm.
So the freshman and sophomore leap should be noticeable. The sophomore to junior leap should be noticeable and so on. And then by your senior year, you should be the biggest, strongest, smartest, do exactly what the coach wants every time type of player.
For sure. For sure. And like I said, like some of the kids that I interact with, they do that. Like we just had a run, which I wish I would have invited you to. We had a run with a lot of the some of the best kids in the CSRA from over Georgia and in South Carolina. And that's kind of how I based who I picked. We
Yeah,
had kids like MJ Curry. The Masters was going on, so I could have had like another ESPN kid like Rashad Tisby, AJ Williams, just from right over the border. But that's kind of how I picked them, just the kids that progress. I got to see
right.
you progress the time go on. So, like in a tournament, like when you like, for example, it's a phenom tournament this weekend. In a tournament full of talent, especially with you being the lead scout for Prep Hoops South Carolina, like what can one of your South Carolina kids do for you to stand out in the tournament with all of that talent in the gym?
Yeah, I would say different tournaments are different. Like I just like teams and players go into a game with like a game plan. Like I'm going into the tournament with a game plan.
Hmm.
Like I set my schedule with the teams I want to watch, the players I want to watch like yesterday. Like the schedule
Gotcha.
comes out Wednesday, like the schedule's already set. Like I know who I want to see when I want to see. Um and like one of the biggest things that can like turn me off from watching a team is like if you aren't like outward with like your roster or your players or like stuff like that. Like if I can't find you, like I don't know who I'm watching. Like
Yeah, for
I
sure.
need to know who I'm watching. So
For sure.
like like a lot of times like a coach will come to me, hey, like why have you watched my team? Like it's like, do you
I
have a
don't know who you
roster?
got.
Like are you doing the work to like get me to know about your team? I don't know. Like you said, I don't know who you got.
Yeah, for sure.
So like I always go into the event. I walk in the gym with the game plan. So maybe one weekend I'm looking at like bench guys, like who's going to come
Hmm.
off the bench and like provide a spark, and in what way?
Hmm.
Maybe one weekend I'm looking for rebounders or rim
Hmm.
protectors or pass first point guards. It's like it depends. So like sometimes like a kid might just get unlucky and like, hey, they play really well, but it's not necessarily something I'm looking for that weekend. But that doesn't mean like I'm gonna forget it. Like that stuff sticks in the back of my head, and then maybe next time I'm looking for what you do best, and then I see it, and then I write about it. So
Gotcha,
a game
gotcha.
plan, like I said, like teams go in with a game plan, like I go in with a game plan as well.
For sure, for sure. So like you can be honest on this. Do rankings ever get it wrong? Like, do you ever go see like a 50th ranked kid? You just did rankings and you like, maybe I got that wrong.
Yes, probably every time. Like
Okay.
rankings are so difficult because like I'm one person. Like I'm
For
one
sure.
person trying to rank. Right now in the class of 27, we have 200 players ranked.
Hmm.
There's not a chance that I will bat 1,000. Like there's
For
no
sure.
way I can have the entire thing perfect. Like I certainly try my best. Like the goal is to be perfect. Like the goal is to hit every shot. The goal is to do whatever. But like there's always times where like, hey, this 70th ranked kid is outplaying this top 10 kid. Like that
Hmm.
happens.
For sure.
So like our rankings are based on college potential. So like your potential as a college prospect. So like a lot of the guys at the top are like, I mean, the guys at the very top are the guys who are usually the best players on the court, but like there's sometimes guys like 10 through 25 where it's like it's just pure potential. Like
For
it's
sure.
like where this guy can be in 4 years. It's not where he is right now.
Hmm.
So like that's often like a question is like, hey, this kid like that's kind of where we go back to stats is like maybe the number 60th ranked player has went for 18 points a game and 9 rebounds a game, but there's a guy 20 spots ahead of him who's 4 inches taller and stronger, and his game's going to translate better to the next level. That's sometimes where people like are like, hey, why is this? And then you just have to explain that. Like, it's not always who's the best player. Like
For
sometimes you
sure.
really just have to take that guess on who is going to be the best. And for sure, I mean, I no human is perfect anyways, but for sure, like the rankings, like it's tough to do. And I would never say I have the perfect rankings, even if I
Gotcha.
had a full team doing it. Like there's always just like people turn the ball over, they miss shots. Like I'll miss on 1 or 2 spots on the rankings for
For
sure.
sure. Hey, Jermaine, I don't know if you heard, but Bax said that me and you are better duo than Kobe and Justin. So that's a great compliment.
I believe that.
Hey, so Bax, what's the biggest mistake players make trying to look good instead of just playing the right way? Especially like because I'm sure you see that a lot. When they see you, you see a whole bunch of bad shots. So like what's a mistake a kid can make when they see you?
Yeah, for sure. I would say it's like what you just said, bad shots. And that's why sometimes like I kind of like to hide in the corners. I don't like to sit
Hmm.
on the baseline, sit right in the middle of things if I can. Um, like, cause that stuff is real. Like kids get in their heads, like try to force shots, but it's always like the ones who play in the flow of the offense. They can take care of the ball. They take good shots. Like if you're forcing contested fadeaway shots in the corner, like you're not going to hit the shot. Two, like that shot's not gonna be there in every situation. So you got
Hmm.
to take stuff that is replicable. Like it will be there in every situation in every game. Play within the offense. Do what the coach wants. Make your teammates better. Play winning
Sure,
basketball. Pretty
sure.
simple.
Man, what you got for Bax?
Back. So I don't know what questions he asked because I just popped on. But how long have you been like scouting and doing this for Prep Hoops?
So full time since June. So almost a full year. With prep hoops in general since my junior year of college, so almost 3 years. And then I had a year before that where I was doing my own thing for about 6 months, and I did 6 months with Ryan Norris at Epic Hoops.
Okay.
And then even before that, like going back through college, through high school, I was just always around the game. I was always writing. I was always like in high school, I did a lot of broadcasting. At Malden, we had a super solid team, so we would travel with them, do their games on the radio. I would always do my stats, do my notes along with the game. So I've been around high school basketball for over 8 years, but now with Prep Hoops, 3 years.
Okay.
Gotcha. Also,
Um.
if you Oh, go ahead, man. You good?
I was gonna say last week, we did our event, and I channeled my Andrew Baxley when I
Yeah.
did the evals. I don't know if you had a chance to check them out, but I channeled you when I was doing the evals of them,
hmm
of the kids. So
Yeah,
that's why
I saw a few of them. I read the one about Tristan.
mhm. When I tell you that's why I said that's why I take the compliment of me and him a better duo than Kobe and Justin.
More
I
versatile.
track the kids. He does the scouting, so we good. What if you had to give one piece of advice to every hooper? What would it be? Every hooper watching right now, what would you give them?
Yeah, I would just say don't take any days for granted. Whether that's in the off season, getting better, getting 1% better each day, whether that's a game, play every game like it's your last, or whether that's just like going on a visit to a college. Like there's players who aren't blessed with the opportunity to go on a visit in general, let alone
Sure.
play at the next level. Like just enjoy it. Like high school basketball is like it's only for the luckiest of people. It's only 4 years. Some it's only three. Some it's
hmm
only two. Some they're only on varsity for 1 year. So just don't take a day for granted. Get better every day. Learn something every day, and just enjoy the time around your teammates and take the lessons from your coaches.
Yes, sir. So quick hitters. Before we get off of here, um, who are if you had to say who were seven of your favorite kids this year that you can just even if you just discovered them, some kids that you already know, who were some of your favorite kids to watch this year?
Yeah, the first two that come to mind like are juniors, rising seniors, point guards. We talked about both of these a good bit. One is Cole Fowler. Two is Justin. Like truly, I'm not just saying that because Jermaine's on here. Like I love watching Justin play, whether it's
Mhm,
with Carolina Pressure, Fox Creek, whatever. Like I love watching those. I love watching those two point guards play. Those are two
mhm.
point guards play. Maybe some more like off the radar guys. Let me try to think. I don't want to just hit on like the biggest names.
Like one kid that has been one of my favorite, and I'm not just saying this because he's on Middleton, but Kai Paris. Kai
Yeah,
Paris is one of those kids that if you've never seen him play, once you see him, you like, where have this
right,
kid been?
right.
Um,
Kai was one of our biggest stock riders in the rankings. We had him up to number 17 now, and he was in
mhm,
the mid 30s before the start of the season. So Kai for sure. One that kind of just came to mind. He smaller school near the border of North Carolina, Sherraw. His name's Elijah McClain. He
mhm,
plays with Upward PD as well.
mhm,
Bouncy point guard. He's a 2027. Strong body. He's about 6 foot, so he can get downhill. He can get into the mid range. I like watching Elijah for sure. Elijah
mhm,
McClain.
mhm.
Let's go for some younger guys. I'm looking at my computer. That's why I'm moving my camera right
No,
now.
you good. You good. I think a lot of people in 5A was kind of lucky that Bryce Ward wasn't part of that
Yeah,
James Island
yeah,
team.
yeah.
Because him and Jeremiah Triplin would have been crazy
Would
together.
have been crazy.
Yeah, that would have
Yeah,
been.
I think he's about healthy soon though. You probably know since you're around Middleton. He should be
Yeah.
back soon. Is that right?
So he's going to play this weekend.
He's gonna play this weekend. That's
Yeah.
huge.
So Bryce is back. He has a knee brace on. He's not moving like Bryce, but
Right.
he is back. So he should play
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah. That's good. A freshman that are like all-state freshman this year, Sheldon Davis from Crestwood,
My
kick and
Jesus.
go, kick
Yo,
and go.
I seen that kid against North Augusta at North Augusta.
Yeah.
I like his brother was good when he was at Crestwood,
Right.
but this kid is different. Like
Yeah.
that kid is different.
I mean,
They
if he gets to his brother's height, like he's a Power Five recruit.
for sure,
He's
for
probably
sure,
6'1", 6'2" right now, but if he gets up to 6'4", 6'5", like Shannon was, like
for sure.
it's gonna get scary.
Yeah, it's gonna get crazy. And that's what I asked a lot of people because I only got to see him that one time. I was like, was he really like region player of the year, all state type guy? They was like, he was like that all season.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like I said, man, like the state has a lot of talent. I like kids like Milton McRae, um, the jump Milton took going into this year right here.
Mm-hmm.
Love kids like Antoine Kaufman. You know, us seeing Keenan so many times this
Yeah.
year. Um, it's a lot of talent in the state, and it's kind of like you really can build like a team with each class.
Right. Right. You could.
It's so like with if you had to say if you could build a starting five for this is my last quick here before we get off of here. A starting five with the kids in the state, regardless of class, who would you have?
Ooh, that's tough.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But
I'll give you seven. I'll give you seven.
so I get a 6 man and a 7th man as
You
well.
get a six and a
Okay.
seventh
Well, I'll
man.
be honest. I listened to a little bit of the two Georgia guys you had on before.
Gotcha.
So I was thinking a little bit about it. So it's tough. I had a little bit of a head start though.
Okay.
At the one, I'm going Colt for sure. We're gonna
For
play
sure.
fast. We're gonna
Yeah.
play fast.
Yeah.
At the 2, I'm gonna go Aiden Bruton Smith from Dorman.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's
That's long.
probably gonna be one of the best shooters in the state this year. At the 3, I think he's probably a 2, but he's a little bit stronger, a little bit more athletic than Aiden is. I'm gonna go with DJ Wiley
Okay.
again. I want shooting around Colt. Then I'm gonna play a little bit small. I'll go with Josh Leonard there at the 4,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna have at the 5. I'm gonna have RJ Davis. I want a lob threat for Colt. So I'm gonna go Colt Fowler, Aiden Bruton Smith, DJ Wiley, Josh Leonard, RJ Davis, and we're just gonna run or shoot threes. We won't get lobs.
That's tough.
That's tough. That's a really good five.
Yeah.
That's a really good five.
And then my 6th man, I'll get Justin to be the backup point guard there at the 6th man. I'll get Justin to be the 6th man, and then let me go with someone younger as a 7th man.
You gotta go.
Let's go Kyrie White at Irmo.
Oh, that'll be
Kyrie White at
Kyrie
Irmo.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I like
Yeah.
that.
I like Kyrie.
I like
You
my
left-
squad there. I like my squad there.
Man,
You left some people on the table. You left Jackson Terrell,
Jaden Johnson.
Sam.
Yeah, you
Mills.
only gave me 7 players though. You only gave me 7 players.
That's a really good 7 though. That's a really good 7. Yeah, that 7 right there. I'll run them with anybody.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what we should have did? We should have said pick 5 on 5. Like, give me you take your first 5 and then give me another 5 to go against them. That's
Y'all should do a draft sometime. Like a draft to where like you have multiple people and then you can't pick the same person twice.
Yeah.
That's
like
we actually
one
we
person gets the
actually will
first
do
pick.
that.
Yeah, y'all should do that sometime.
When we get ready to do it, I'm gonna reach back out
Yeah.
to you, man. Be
You
ready.
should do that.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, man. I'm sure we'll see you in the gym this weekend.
Yeah.
Jermaine will be on this Andrew Baxley again. I'll be doing some interviews with some kids. So, man, like I said, I appreciate you, man. We'll actually be doing another run event. I'd love for you to come down and check it out.
Yeah, man. I'm only an hour away, so hit me up. I'd love to be there.
All right,
Appreciate you
it,
guys.
man. You have a good night, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all too.